Welcome to the Taipei Bike Show 2022. Hang on a sec, I know what you're saying. That doesn't look like Taipei. That looks like GCN Megabase. Well, yeah, it is. That is where I am right now. Unfortunately, due to ongoing travel restrictions around the globe, we haven't been able to get out to the show again. But fear not, we have managed to infiltrate the show with some undercover GCN operatives who've managed to, spot and film all the latest and greatest hot tech so we can show you, which is what we're going to do now. Let's kick things off. First, we've got the Ceepo Rindo. Now, Ceepo is a brand known best for its triathlon bikes, and it's taken that racing and aero expertise and applied it into a gravel bike, the Rindo, which also happens to be the Japanese word for remote forest road. Now, tyre clearance is up to 45mm. It's got integrated cables, aero tube shapes and mounting points for all sorts of equipment and bags. I really like the topography kind of pattern on the top tube and the inside of the fork too. Cool bit of gadge here. This is the CO Tool, which is also a clever name. A CO2 inflator for your tyres that has an integrated multi-tool function built in as well. So check this out. You can use Allen heads and a ratchet attachment too, and then it cleverly integrates the CO2 cartridge so that can be used as the lever of the tool. Neat idea. Next, we have some cool stuff from Digirit. We previously showed you some rather bling carbon chain rings by Digirit when we visited the Taipei show a couple of years back. Here, they're showcasing their new carbon hubs, which have been formed by a high-pressure hot press vacuum mold technique. And they reckon that this technique makes the material more dense and stiff, with better impact strength too. Interesting. This is the Foss Zero Drag Silent Hub. Wait, what? A silent hub? Well, yeah, it's not going to be for you if you enjoy a free hub sound check, but apparently this design is lower friction and, according to the makers, more efficient when you freewheel. I mean, it makes sense. When a free hub is making noise, that is energy being converted into noise from friction, and so, well, it's in theory being less efficient. But what would you prefer, a noisy hub or a silent one? FSA are showcasing exciting new applications in 3D printing, or additive manufacturing as it's known, to provide custom cone spaces that allow for integration of headset cables on many modern bikes. The advantage of this is that you can still maintain a nice, neat, hidden cable look, but not be limited by the proprietary bars and stem of manufacturers that typically come with your bike. Next, we have the Litemove E-Bike tail light. Now, this is a really innovative idea that integrates a tail light onto your e-bike with the brake lever. As you pull your brake lever, the light can come on or become brighter if it's already on to alert other road users that you're braking. It's a really good idea, I think, especially for commuting or riding in urban environments. The light has 240 degrees visibility and uses LTI technology to give an illusion of depth and movement. This is actually light technology that's come from cars, but anything that improves safety, I'm all for. Topeak always has new gadgets on display at Taipei, and this is their E-Up workstand, which I quite like the name of because it sounds like A-Up. In Yorkshire speak. Anyhow, it's designed for e-bikes as they're heavy, but it could also be useful for anyone who just struggles to lift their bike. You clamp your bike in at ground level and then you press this foot pad to release the loaded post into an extended elevated position so that it can be more easily worked on. Bit of quick-fire bike tech for you now. If you're anything like me, you own quite a lot of bike stuff and it can quickly start to dominate your living space in your house, in your kitchen, in your hallway. Anyway, the WAN Ultra stand seeks to remedy this by creating a racking and storage system for your bikes and bike kit. I think it looks rather neat. One of the big disadvantages of disc brake bikes in racing is that of wheel changes. They are considerably slower than quick release levers, and this is something we've already seen when watching racing on GCN Plus this year. Fulci is looking to solve this with a clever quick-release through-axle design. Now, on one side, you've got a quick-release lever which is opened in conjunction with twisting a knob on the opposite side. It makes insertion and removal of the lever much quicker. The knob simply screws into your bike in a standard through-axle threaded hole. This is the cage variable chain guide from B Labs. It wouldn't be a bike show without some pulley wheel system porn, would it? So, well, I'm obliging you. Now, the pulley wheels here are hollow, which gives them a very striking look, a bit like the modified bearings that you see on the Absolute Black system. Now, the wheels themselves can move though, and this movement is said to better guide the chain for best positioning. Now, it's an interesting design idea, this, and one that I've not seen in recent times. So let us know if you think it's a good one. Some lightweight carbon tech for you here in the form of these Starlight spokes. Now, they're said to weigh 2.5 grams to 3.5 grams, depending on the length of the spoke. And to put that into context, it's very light. Sapim C X-ray spokes are 4.8 grams, and they're kind of an industry-leading spoke that's used in a lot of OEM bike components. They also are said to have very high stiffness with a tensile strength of 400 kgf. They're compatible with various different hubs. And they're also said to be aerodynamic, with a diamond-shaped body that is apparently not only stronger than a bladed shape, but also exhibits lower drag. And lastly, we've got another bike for you. This is the KTM Xstrada Prime. This is a new gravel bike from KTM and features a RockShox Rudy suspension fork with 40mm of travel. Tyre clearance is 45mm, and the bike comes in this beautiful metallic white with the KTM logo in grey quicksand, which I think is particularly smart. This one's fitted with SRAM rival ETAP 1x, and before you say it's a mountain bike, it still has drop bars, right? Anyway, we also saw the new giant TCR Disc in the livery of Team Bike Exchange, and this faceted blue gloss paint job with white logos really does look the part. Also noticed it featured the new updated G giant logo on the head tube, so let us know what you think of that. I hope you enjoyed that look at some of the hottest tech at this year's Taipei Bike Show. Let us know down in the comments what you thought was the coolest. Subscribe for more videos like this, and of course, you know the drill, share it with your friends if you've got any. And I'm going to go now. Love you, bye!